Today, we will be talking about growing your own fruits and vegetables. I will be showing you some of the fruits and vegetables that I grow in my backyard and also giving you a quick tutorial about how to prepare the soil and plant your own seeds so you can grow your own fruits and vegetables as well. Peace, folks. Welcome back to another edition of X Explains. I usually come in with Peace Brothers, but this isn't gender specific. Today, we're in my backyard and we're looking at one of my patches of garden because I'm always touting, growing our own food and stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you a couple of my patches. Those of you who follow the Proper Thought series, you know that I have, I have an acre in the back of my house, and a third of it is garden. So today I'm going to show you a couple patches of it. Let's go ahead and do that now. First, here we have collard greens, of course. No black man's going to grow a garden without having collard greens in it, of course. A row of collard greens. Here's another little patch that I have. This is my melon patch. Now, it's hard to tell the differences unless you know what you're looking at, but there are 3 different types of melons growing in there. The ones you see up front, these are European honeydews, the ones with the kind of leaves that sort of look like hands, sort of like maple leaves. Let me close in on them. Those are the European honeydews that you're looking at now. Now towards the back, get over here, where the leaves are a little rounder because they're starting to encroach on each other. I need to separate them. These are Israel Ogden melons. These here with the kind of spiky looking leaves, these are sweet baby melons. They aren't producing melons yet, at least not this small patch isn't, but everywhere you see these yellow flowers, that you're looking at here, every one of those yellow flowers is going to turn into a melon. I actually got a good patch this year, because last year when I came back here there was only maybe 7 flowers, and this year, man, there's I don't know how many. So we're gonna have a good melon crop this year. Also in the front of this patch, I have some small strawberry plants that you see right here. That's strawberry plant, and look, damn, one of them's developing strawberries already. Y'all see that? See that? That's a strawberry coming up on there. This one's going to have some strawberries soon too. One thing about your fruiting and vegetable plants, they're about to fruit when you see flowers. Wherever you see a flower, that's where you're going to see a piece of fruit. So it kind of gives you a sense of what your fruit crop is going to look like. I was out here the other day and I actually took some vegetables in because my wife was like, oh, go outside in the garden and get some stuff. I wish I had taped this before, because I actually have, as a matter of fact, here we go. Well, these right here are cucumbers. I grow 2 different kinds of cucumbers. Cucumbers are a really hardy plant, man. They grow like crazy. I got a whole row of those. And actually, let me show y'all. Let me get it on here. I actually got a good sized cucumber on here. Look at me acting like I don't know how to hold the damn camera. Let me look right in here. See that? Here's a cucumber. It's a good sized cucumber too. Because here's my hand, and X don't got a small hand now. Y'all see that? Goddamn leaves in the way. Hold on. get around here a little bit. If you look right there, actually you can see a cucumber. It's a pretty good sized cucumber too. Not a little cucumber. Far from it, see my hand? And X don't got a small hand, so that's a pretty good sized cucumber. Got another one coming in down in there. Like I said, I probably should have showed y'all this before I started harvesting, because I took some off the other day. There's some more cucumbers coming in there. This patch is looking good. This patch over here is looking kind of not looking too great. Goddamn yellow spots. And one of these plants is actually producing little cucumbers also. Like I said before, wherever you see a flower, that's where you're going to see a piece of fruit. What you're looking at now, these tomatoes here, as you can see, these jokers here, let me get a little closer. These jokers here, they're green now. These are black cherry tomatoes. See them? They're growing little bunches. You know, they're growing little bunches. See? These are my black cherry tomatoes. I also have beefsteak tomatoes. Get in on one of these. And like I said, I've been harvesting, so you know y'all gonna see a lot of green stuff, because you know my wife makes sure I bring my ass out here and get some of this shit. Beefsteak tomatoes. I also have something called yellow pear tomatoes. You can see over here, these are just regular stewing tomatoes here. Some of them are actually turning red. Over here, I have more green, you know, green tomatoes, just regular tomatoes. Over here, I have something called yellow Galapagos tomatoes. They actually come from the Galapagos Island. See them? Yeah. Let me see. Is this I think this is a regular stewing tomato. I believe this plant. Hard to tell sometimes. And I also have Romano tomatoes as well. See one growing back there? Yep. Now, I also have melon plants in this patch as well. As you, oh, here we go. I didn't even notice this. Y'all see that? I'm actually producing melons. Ain't a bad sized melon either. Look at that. See that, y'all? That ain't bad. Not bad at all. Also, I have lettuce. This kind of lettuce here, this lettuce is called black lettuce. I don't know why they call it black lettuce, because it's not black, but they call it black lettuce for some reason. And I have something else. These over here are also some type of European tomato. They grow really, really slow. They're like the only tomato plants that I have that haven't started to produce fruit yet. Now they are producing flowers, as you can see. Let me see if I can get, yeah, there's a little flower there. So these are like slower growing tomatoes, but they are some type of European tomato I ordered, and they're growing really, really slow. But this is what I really want to show y'all. Now, all the tomato plants that we looked at thus far, right? You notice they have leaves like this, right? See those leaves? Y'all see that? See the way those leaves look? Every single tomato has leaves like that, right? Those spiky kind of leaves, every single one, right? All the different types. But I have this one type of tomato where the leaves are different. You see that? Let me see if I can grab. We'll just pop one off. Ain't gonna do nothing. You see that spiky leaf, right? That's how all tomato plants look, except for this one. That leaf is different. They're bigger, they're wider, they're rounder, they're more pointy. And look, it's actually producing a tomato. Now, I don't know how these plants got mixed in with the other batch. And to be honest with y'all, I have no idea what kind of tomato plant this is. I mean, it's different from all the other ones. It must have been something that got mixed in there. It mixed in a bad seed or something, but I want to see how it turns out. Let me see. What else do I got? I have string beans. Those are string bean plants there. All right. Also back here in this patch, I have, that's actually a lemon tree. That damn thing grown too, boy. Yeah, it's grown. Yeah, it's growing. I also grow broccoli. See that? That's broccoli. Big broccoli too. My plants grow big, y'all. My plants grow really, really big. I mean, because you look at this tomato plant, right? Now, I'm 6'2", right? And I'm holding the camera at eye level, all right? Give you an idea of how tall this plant is. I'm literally holding the camera at eye level. You understand? That's how tall this plant is. And boy, it's growing, and it's just producing plants in bunches and bunches and bunches. I mean, I really, really tout us growing our own food, okay? I really do, man. I mean, we gotta grow our own stuff, you know, so we can feed ourselves, you know. And me, I don't put any chemical. These are pepper plants here that you're looking at. These are green peppers. Down here, I believe these down here by the broccoli are red peppers. Sometimes I forget until they start to grow, and you know, you kind of forget. But you know, once they grow out, you know what they are. So I just wanted to show y'all that, to let y'all know that I'm not BSing, you know. And this is just one patch of my garden. I got like 3 patches like this back here, but I just want to give y'all an idea of what I got going on. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to clear out, do some raking as we walk along another patch here. Because what I'm going to do is, right here where the melon patch is and where the strawberries are, what I'm going to do, you're going to see, you see where these strawberries are? Now, due to the magic of technology, when we come back, this area here is going to be cleared out. Maybe about a 2x4 stretch, and it's going to be soil, and I'm going to show you how to make rows, and I'm also going to show you how to plant. All right, so keep watching. Now, as y'all can see, the area has been cleared out. Right, it's all dirt. You know, by the magic of technology, it just happens within like 10 seconds. But the area, the small area I was telling y'all about, it's been cleared out. Now, if you look in there, you can see little blades of grass. Don't worry about those blades of grass, because as long as you don't have the grass roots in there, you don't have to worry about, you know, new grass taking up and the weeds start growing up in your garden. So what I'm going to show y'all how to do now is how to make rows. Now here, we just have a regular old iron rake. Probably costs about 10-15 bucks, right? See that? Now, what you want to do is take a little bit of dirt like that, right? Do the reverse on the other side. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. See that? Now you have your rows. It's always better to have rows, because not only does it make it so the roots of the plant grow deep, it also makes it easier for water to drain off, and your seeds are less likely to get washed out. Because what you're going to do, and I'm going to show y'all that later, what you're going to do is you're going to plant your seeds right in the very center of those rows. I'm going to see if I can get 3 rows in here, y'all. Push this a little bit. Push that way, that way, that way, that way. Alright, do the same thing here. Even if you have to put a little elbow grease on it. Sometimes when you're doing your garden, you don't want to be afraid of using some elbow grease, you know. When you're a person that grows your own food, one thing you can't be afraid of, you can't be afraid of getting dirty. Gardening is dirty, and a lot of times it's hard work. Now, a lot of people, they like the harvest of the garden, like the stuff I showed y'all earlier. I showed y'all my peppers, my tomatoes, my melons, my cucumbers, my broccoli, my collard greens, my lettuce. I showed y'all all of that, but it didn't get there by magic, okay? This is how it all started out. What I'm showing y'all now, this is how all those plants started out. Now, when I come back, I'm going to show y'all how to plant them, how to plant seeds when I come back. Now, I got to go get the seeds, but with the magic of technology, I'll be right back in like 10 seconds. And voila, I am back. Told ya. Now I'm going to start y'all off with something really, really easy. Especially you beginners, you probably want to start off with very, very big seeds. Because one thing about planting seeds, a lot of seeds are really, 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 really small. So you want to start off, probably want to start off with something big. See how you do with that. And then, you know, kind of advance on, you know. Even if you're going to move on to something like tomatoes, because tomato seeds are very small, lettuce seeds are very small, blueberry seeds are very small, strawberry seeds, they're very, very small, man. They're like the size of a tip of a needle. But anyway, I'm going to start y'all off with some cucumbers. Can y'all see that? It's all fuzzy and shit. Some cucumbers and string beans. Now, these seeds are big. You know, they're like the size of like a Tic Tac. See how big that seed is? So it's going to be awfully difficult for you to lose it. Same thing with a cucumber seed. Well, actually, all cucumbers are part of the melon family, so the seeds are pretty decent size. See that? Seeds are pretty different size, you know, pretty decent size, I should say. Hard to lose, right? So, now, they often say on the packaging, you know, bury them X amount. Me, I usually bury everything about a 1/4 inch down. I do everything like that. Like a 1/4 inch down, I bury it like a 1/4 inch. Just usually does fine, you know. But you know, that's for yourself. Cucumbers and string beans actually grow pretty good down here because I believe we are in zone 8. If you're a little higher up, you're probably in a lower zone. You're probably in zone 2 or zone 3. Even if you're out west, because it goes by how far south you are and how far north you are. And what your zoning is basically the minimum temperature that it becomes in your particular area. As a matter of fact, I will show you the zones right now. Cue graph.
So here we are at the old zone graph. Now, if you want to have proper germination of your plants, you're going to have to pay attention to your zoning. It's pretty easy on the East Coast because the zones are pretty distinct. Here on the East Coast, we have, like up here, you would be in zone 3. If you're here, you're in zone 4. If you're here, you're probably zone 5. Down in here, more zone 6. As you get further down south, you get into the 7s, 8s. Like me, I'm in like zone, say, 9, I believe. Yes, I'm in zone 9. So when you're looking at zoning, you're basically looking at the minimal temperature in any particular geographical location that you may be in. It's very important because all plants have a germination process. So you want to follow your packaging, and you want to mind when you put your seeds in the ground, because you don't want to put the seeds in too soon and you don't want to put them in too late. You want your seeds to germinate properly. So if you want, you could screenshot this and just pay attention to here. I know I told y'all it goes from 1 to 9, but actually it's from 1 to 11. It's pretty easy for us over here on the East Coast because, it's pretty distinct. If you're over in the West Coast, it gets a little more complicated because the zones are kind of mixed in together. But all you have to do is look where you are and match that color to the zones to your right, and you'll know where you are. Because like I said before, depending on where you are, that's going to dictate what time you put your seeds in the ground. It's very important, but it's not going to be too hard. It's pretty much color matching. And if you can match colors, you can figure out what zone you're in. And once you figure out what zone you're in, you can figure out what you grow and what time to put it in the ground.
Now then, that I've shown that to you, what we're going to do is, or should I say what I do, is I usually just take my finger, go just like that, right to maybe half of my finger, and do the same thing every 6 to 8 inches. You don't need a ruler or anything like that. And you're going to put it dead center, the top of that row. Because remember I told y'all before, you want to put it in the row. Why? You want to put it at the top of the row. Why? Because your seeds are less likely to wash out, and you make sure that the seed has enough, when it starts to germinate, the seed has enough room for the roots to grow within the soil. So it's pretty easy at this point. You just drop the seed in, drop the seed in, drop the seed in, cover it. A little pat, cover it. Give it a little pat, cover it. Give it a little pat. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing with my green bean seed. Take the seed, drop it in. Take the seed, drop it in, cover it, give it a little pat, cover it, give it a little pat. You might as well go ahead and run some here too. Hold, remember, top of the mound, top dead center of the mound. About half your finger depth, depending on how big your finger is. If you're a lady, your fingers probably look a lot smaller than mine, or at least I hope. I hope your hands are smaller than mine. If you're a female, probably the whole depth of the first part of your finger. Okay, the first part of your finger. Just go right down. Take your seed, drop it in. Take your seed, drop it in. I'm gonna go ahead and run this out for y'all. Alright? My suggestion to you is, and like I said, press them every now and then. You might have to press them down because they may not go into the hole. You press them down, put some dirt, little pat, put some dirt, little pat, close it, pat, close it, pat, close it, pat. And that's basically it. Okay? Now, you want to make sure, if you're looking at this soil now, you can see that it's moist, right? And what you probably want to take a gander at is the back of your seed package, okay? Because as you can see back there, I know it's kind of fuzzy, but Those colors actually indicate the zones, and it will actually tell you when you should be planting these things according to your particular zone. I usually plant end of February, beginning of March, because I'm in the south. The further north you go, the later you're probably going to plant. If you're like in the upper northern tier, like zone, say 1, 2, or 3, February is probably still snow on the ground, so you won't be able to plant anything. But you might have to, like I said, check your zoning for what you want to plant. And I suggest you start out with something easy, like I said, cucumbers, melons, string beans. Okay, start with something easy. Get familiar with growing so you can watch how it grows. And you basically want to plant your seeds in a place where they're going to get full sun. You may want to watch your sun cycles in your backyard. Just go in your backyard and watch for, I don't know, maybe a week or two, and see how long the sun stays up, how long it doesn't. Like you see my patch of yard here, right? I'll show you my melon patch, right? Now, where this melon patch is, the reason why this patch is here is because I watched the weather cycle. When we first got this house, I watched the sun cycle for about 3 weeks, and the sun is on this side of the yard for about 8 hours a day. The rest of the day, it's on the opposite side, more back that way. But this side of the yard gets about 8 to 10 hours of sun daily. So you kind of want to put your garden where you know it's going to get sun, because one thing that vegetables need is sun. Okay, fruits need sun. All right, so just remember that. Now, like I said, let's go back to this little patch here. Like I said, you want to make sure you keep your patch watered. Okay, you want to keep your patch watered. You want to water it lightly. You don't want it puddled, because you don't want your seeds to rot. All right, keep it watered, keep it moist. Don't let it dry out. Like me out here, I actually have a sprinkler on all of my stuff. If we go more than a week without rain, I go ahead and I run the sprinkler on it for maybe an hour or two. Of course, it's summertime, your damn water bill going to go up, but that's the price you pay for having a decent garden. But it's all worth it in the long run, man. It just is. We need to be growing our own food. We need to be growing our own fruits, vegetables, things like that. I mean, because guess what? One thing about growing your own food, you can always control how much food you eat. Okay? And I'm not telling you to grow, I'm not going to try to tell you to grow particular things, but I am going to tell you to start out with easy stuff. All right? Don't try to grow something that you don't know what it is. All right? Read some books first. Understand soil, which is also very important. Like this soil here that I have, right? Growing here. This is a dark, rich kind of soil. So string beans, tomatoes, melons, cucumbers will grow good in it. Now, where my strawberries are, right over that, is sort of a loamy kind of soil. It has sort of a sandy kind of silty texture to it, because that's what strawberries require. Back here, where my cucumber patch is and my tomato patch, is more of a humus kind of soil. So you also want to check your soil levels, because everything will not grow in every kind of soil. Be aware of that. Like I said, once again, check your zones, and trust me, it will get easier. It will get easier. And be patient. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Do not be discouraged if things don't grow right away. If they don't grow right away, you probably want to try something else, or you might want to add a little peat moss to your soil, or maybe it's not getting enough sun, or maybe not enough water. But you just keep plugging at it. Keep plugging at it, and eventually you'll find yourself with a garden. Okay? And you can come out and pick collard greens like I be doing, pick collard greens and You know, you look up and you'll have tomato bunches, you know. Tomatoes will be grouping up. You'll have broccoli, you know. You'll have melons. You'll have lettuce and everything else, God damn it, you know. And like I said, I'm a big proponent of this kind of stuff, man. I mean, we should be growing our own food. And you know what we should be doing? We should be teaching the kids how to grow their own food as well. You know, that's one thing with all the stuff that we do and all the stuff that we try to teach black folks. We don't teach black folks how to self-sustain themselves. And there's no better way to teach a child how to self-sustain themselves than to teach them how to grow their own food. You know? I mean, I know that this stuff kind of seems small and trivial, but trust me, let me tell you folks something. I save a lot of money on fruits and vegetables, okay? I save a lot of money on fruits and vegetables. And also, the stuff that grows back here is better than the stuff that grows in the damn grocery store. You know why? Because there's no chemicals, there's no preservatives. I don't even spray my crops, okay? I come out and pick the bugs off of them and pick the caterpillars and shit off of them. Only thing my crops get is water and sunshine. No chemicals, no nothing. It don't get no healthier than that, y'all. And this is what we need to be doing as black folks. Especially if you're a black person with some degree of health problems. You need to be eating healthier, natural foods without the preservatives and all that kind of crap on it. Trust me, you will feel better. Your body will be more agreeable to it. And eventually your body will get used to having this stuff. Okay? Now, I'm going to leave y'all with this and then I'm going to let y'all go. The only thing better than growing your own food is living in a world where you don't have to eat at all. Get it? So, start out easy. Plant something that'll grow quick, like I said, like beans or melons or cucumbers, and then work your way up. Don't try to make a big old garden like me, because I've been doing this stuff for 40 years. Start off easy. Watch the cycles. Remember how to do your rows. Remember how to clear out. Remember how to plant. Okay? And remember to keep your stuff watered. And you'll be alright. And you'll be well on your way, man, to growing your own food. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching another edition of X Explains. Hopefully I gave you some information that will help you out, so you can feed yourself healthier, feed yourself period, and feed your kids healthier. It's all for the good, man. There's no losing in this. Okay? There's no losing in this. The only thing you're going to lose is a little bit of time, because like I said earlier, I mean, it starts out with a lot of work, but at the end of it all, you can walk around, man, and see, literally see the fruits of your own labor. Just like that melon down there. All right? Peace, folks.
only from TPOT Media. Open